Hey, everybody. Welcome. I realized immediately after I clicked the end stream button a couple of minutes ago on the live stream, I didn't go over the futures. So I guess it's a good way to kick off this session is to talk about the futures a little bit. And I'll take any questions that anybody has with regard to symbols that you're watching, anything you want me to go over, and I'll be more than happy to talk about those. So let's get to it. I'm taking a look at the dollar. These are going to be 4-hour charts. The dollar is very strong at current. It's up over a quarter percentage point. So it looks like the early goings here into the week is, hey, Patrick, that gas, you got it. The dollar's looking good. Let's go to Nat Gas. Where is it? Wow. What the hell? Wow. What a mess, huh? This may be a washout. It's just a continuation of the weakness. Avoid. Wow. Pretty bad. I mean, if we close out the month below 1774 on the UNG, that's another leg lower. But if we hold it by the end of the month, uh, this could quite very well be the mother of all buying opportunities, because the one thing you note here is that you're seeing a W formation form on Stokes, much as what you had back here. And we had a nice rally thereafter. So while it's very, very bearish in the short term, I think we may be setting up for a buy longer term, especially if after this disaster area, that is the future session right now, we see a rally back by the end of the month to close above this support level. That would be complete validation that a bottom is in. So very interesting in terms of potential opportunity here, but I wouldn't bet with my money just yet. I think that buying it right now is hoping when you should fear, and I would just rather wait for it to recapture support if it does recapture support. Wow. And here's that rising lower band of support, hammered. Wow, pretty bad. What do you think UGAZ open? Well, Probably right here. Probably a mid-7 handle. That's what I would guess. But you have support. We'll keep it active for the week. Wow. What a mess, huh? Wow. Yeah, so I think the mid-7s, that would be a great price point. Actually, it could be the low. It may shoot if it closes below 750. It could probably head down to the low 7 handle on UGAZ. So much for selling puts on GASL. I mean, it was a good chart. But I wouldn't gamble with it right now. We may just break below these support levels tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. I'm only going to watch it right now. Keep it active for 5 days. Boy, oh boy. Hey, Colton. You want to dip your toe in? Read a story about how much natural gas they flared off. Incredible. Here in the States or elsewhere? CNS. Let's go over CNS for Colton. We attempted to. Glad you made money. Glad you're out. Believe me, I'm glad you're out. Good for you. You listened. You deserve the credit. So, Colton, you on CNS? So, on a monthly view, we have a new monthly high. It didn't hold that high, though. We're a bit extended here, but we could still move up higher. Weekly chart. Nice. Very, very nice. So we shot up higher, kissed that third standard deviation Bollinger Band, pulled back, and rather than collapsing, it's holding this lower band of support. So if I were long of this, well, are you long of this? Are you just watching it? What's your game plan here, Colton? Okay, so you're not currently positioned. Okay, because I was going to talk about stop point, and I'll share this with you. You know, if we break down below this support level here at around what was the low of the week last week, 64.85, we break below that mark. I would avoid it. And that's a good place to put a stop if you decide to get long. Daily view. Well over $1 billion worth of, they flared off? That's crazy. All right. So, daily chart, they attempted to break it out on Friday. Here's that alert, Colton. Let's where's my drawing tool? I'm going to send this over to you, Colton. The one thing I am concerned about here is RSI. It's trending lower. If we do break out here, you'll want to see a breakout as well on RSI. And I wouldn't call this a divergence. I mean, all we've been doing is trading sideways for the past couple of months. And you're seeing weakness in RSI. That's expected. No big deal there. Just watch for a breakout. You want that breakout on RSI, validating the price movement. But the shares look good. But I would look for a new weekly high and a close above, what's this, 68.05. You want to see a close above 68.05. You bet, Colton. All right. Any other symbols? I'm going to go back to the futures while I wait for some symbols to come through. We'll go over those. Nat gas coming off the lows, but still down. Huge, nearly 5%. Let's check out oil. Oil's down about 0.5%. Let's look at gold. It's off the lows. It was down about $1.60 earlier. It's off the lows. It's holding support. I would like to be out of that covered call position by the Fed meeting. I'd like to be out of it by Wednesday. Ideally, if we pull back tomorrow morning on NUGT, I may close out that position, the covered call position. Yeah, so I think you talk about weeks before recreational products, ELY. Okay, I'll go over that one. You got it. S&P's a little weakness here. NASDAQ, a little weakness here. Take note of the resistance levels that we hit on the NASDAQ on Friday. I want to take a look at the bond prices. I'm worried about those yields breaking out. That 10-year yield is ominous. There's not much happening here. We're down. That means that yields are creeping up. We have a higher low on RSI, but I'm concerned about yields breaking out here. The Russell 2000, it hit resistance as well, pulling back, weakening up here a little bit more. Check out the dollars at holding gains. Starting to give up a little bit. A little bit. See how the Japanese are doing. Oh, they're taking it on the chin over there. I remember the daily chart of the EWJ, that one ETF I took a look at earlier, that daily chart, we're leaning into that third standard deviation Bollinger Band, and this is what happens. So I think we're going to continue to pull back here for the next couple of days, but therein lies our opportunity. So just sit tight on a current NUG position. I currently have no options. Yeah, I would. I don't like to sell covered calls on weakness. I'd rather sell on strength. I did somewhat defensively on Friday, but the reason why I sold those options on Friday is because I just presumed it was just going to be an ugly day, and I thought we were going to go lower, which we did. So it was more of a defensive hedge than looking to generate cash flow. So the goal is for me anyway, is to I want that net asset value appreciation. So ideally, I don't want those shares called away from me at 29. So I'll be happy to scalp the profits and then look to resell the covered calls after we rally, assuming that we do rally back, and look to sell them up into the low to mid 30s ideally. Because that 32.50 resistance level is a great spot to sell calls at, sell premium. So I'll be eyeballing that price point yet again, using the weekly options. Definitely not going out any more than 14 days, because I've seen it so many times where NUGT could just rip. And I think once we close above 32.50, we're going to be at a 40 handle in the blink of an eye. So the big obstacle is getting over that $30 per share mark. It's psychological, and that 32.50 level is stiff resistance. So I wouldn't open up a new covered call position right now. Again, I'm looking to close it out. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I was looking at this earlier, and it looked good. We're up. We're up $100 on Bitcoin. I want to see how we did on the week last week. At current, we're trading down below a lower band of support. So while we're up right now, I'm not convinced that we are out of the woods. It's got to close back above an 8,000 mark for me to want to get involved here again. All right, let's take a look at, for Colton. Colton, that symbol was, where is it? ELY, okay. Let's bring it up. Oh, Callaway Golf. Jesus. I haven't traded Callaway Golf since the 90s. It was a hot stock back then. Man, it was a hot stock. Look at that run. Looks like golf is coming back, huh? So this is a quarterly chart. We broke out here. Nice. Very, 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 very nice. So, really good volume these past several quarters. We're going to come in low this quarter probably. So what we did on Callaway is we broke out here back during the April quarter, pulled back, broke that support level. We're now back above it. Here in the July quarter, we broke through it. We did a retest this current quarter. and we are trading just off of the highs of the quarter. Monthly view, we're a bit extended here. A lot of topping action. Stokes look good. RSI looks good. Ultimate Oscillator looks good. Little cup with handle action going on there. Let's go to a weekly view. So we closed above daily support last week. Oh, I'm sorry. We closed above weekly support last week. Or resistance, I should say. I'm getting tired. And we have resistance immediately above. I think that these shares could be bought. I think from a risk-reward perspective, you could probably buy them now with a stop right below last week's lows. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. Filled candlestick. Top of the trading range. Lack of conviction. I would give it a couple of days to see whether or not we trade above this breakout point for a couple of days. Use the 3-day rule, 3 days above this breakout point, because this this reversal bar, it's not a reversal bar, it's a filled candlestick. It's a sign of indecision. And when you see it at the top of a trading range, you probably heard me say this 1,000 times, it generally means that you're going to get at least short-term weakness. You saw it here, definitely. Here. Here. So I get worried when I see these. Is it a guarantee that it's going to happen? No. It didn't happen here for a few days. But I would let these shares rest to consolidate, then look to buy the breakout, move higher on ELY. And if we happen to pull back and retest this lower band of support, which is at 20.75, you could dip your toe in the water, just keep a stop loss right below this lower band of support at around 2066. So you could buy it on spec with the expectation being that it's going to reverse off of that support level and hopefully close back above this upper band of resistance. And if you're wrong, you take a small loss. You know exactly where your stop loss point needs to be. Right at 2066, 2059 looks good, but keep it tight, because if we break this lower band of support, no good. Yeah. If you're getting involved, well, that's only if you buy here on the pullback of the retest of support. If we close down below this support level here, that's a problem. If we close down below it, I would avoid the shares. Now, if you're going to step in tomorrow, I would keep a stop right below Friday's lows, because that's going to be a failure. That's going to be a breakout point failure. I would keep that stop very, very tight. I wouldn't even buy the shares right now. I would just let's wait and see. Remember, you have this filled candlestick. That's a warning flag. The market just told us, hey, listen, it's like somebody coming up to you, don't drive right now. You're going to be in a car accident in about 15 minutes if you do. All right? A potential car accident. So this is a warning flag on the track. Let's see what happens here. I wouldn't buy them right now. Unless you get a pullback and a reach to this lower band of support, buy then with a stop at 20.66. If we hold the support level, just keep your stop loss right below 2090 per share, and let the shares run up. 3-day rule. All right, so I usually use a 3-day rule when you have a stock or a market that's been in a downtrend and it's beginning to break out. So rather than since you don't have a market in your favor, or you don't have a stock in your favor, or you have a warning flag, meaning when I say in your favor, you don't have momentum at your back, meaning the stock market moving up higher, the stock moving up higher. In this case right now, you have those both, right? You have momentum in the stock, you have momentum in the markets. However, you want to use a 3-day rule due to the signal that the market sent you on Friday, and that was this dark cloud. It sent you a signal. So in a case like this, I don't know what to do. It closed above support. Is it safe? I don't know. I would rather wait. So I'm going to apply the 3-day rule. I want 3 consecutive days of this breakout point here in blue. I want to see it close above that level for 3 consecutive days. Friday was day 1. I want to see at least 2 more, maybe stretch it out to 3. All right? The more consolidation above the support level, the greater validation you're seeing of this prior resistance level now act as support, if that makes sense. Did I clarify a little bit? It's just a mechanism to help the risk reward be in your favor if you decide to open up a position. Simple as that. You're just showing patience. You want to take a look at the pound, Patrick? You got it, Colton, anytime. I think I have it up here. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it's been on a tear. Looks really good. A bit extended. We're right at resistance. Smack dab. Well, no, actually, we're just shy of it. We're just shy of it on a monthly basis. This is a beautiful W formation. Their support at 1.28 to the dollar, I guess. Yeah, to the dollar. So I would be to buy. I would. It's too close to the resistance level for me to buy the pound here. It looks good. It looks healthy, but a bit extended for my taste. Let's see how we look on a weekly basis. Beautiful consolidation. Continuation move higher last week. Weekly chart looks good. But again, we do have that resistance above on a monthly basis. RSI, higher lows. Stokes looking good. We closed above the 200 period moving average for the first time in a long time. Daily chart. See, this is concerning here. We're extended. We're going to get a pullback. No new daily high on Friday. But on that pullback, it looks like there's a good opportunity to get long. And especially if we break out on a monthly basis above that resistance level, that would be very, very good stuff. Global blood? What does that mean? Let's see how these futures are doing. I want to check out Nat Gas again. It's off its highs. Oh, it's off its lows. but obviously just a dead cat bounce. This is going to be an interesting one for the week. Very, very interesting. Any other symbols, guys? And ladies, if you're out there? Very few ladies that are attracted to my services. I think they're risk adverse. I think they're smarter than us. That's why they live longer. All right, with that, guys, I'm going to say goodnight to you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for the time spending with me tonight, and be well.